vinyl friends and vinyl community. It's Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records, and it is time to show you my November 2022 vinyl record haul. We'll do this in parts here. Of course, we're going to start with Christmas because it is that season now. We got soundtracks, we've got new releases and reissues, and some of the other stuff I picked up, and then we'll end on Japanese pressings. So Japanese pressings, I'm not buying as many as I have been, so there's not as many there, but what is there is pretty cool stuff. And so let's go ahead and start by saying keep calm and spin some vinyl. Let's get started with Christmas music. Kicking things off is Murder by Death. If you haven't heard of Murder by Death, they are kind of a folky rock type band. They do a lot of themed albums, and the singer sounds a lot like Johnny Cash when he sings. Fantastic stuff. Got into these guys by stumbling upon an album and buying it because a coworker had mentioned the band, fell in love with it, and have been buying some of their stuff ever since. They had a big sale over Black Friday, and I went ahead and picked up this and another album, which I'll show you later. Really cool, kind of a gold and silver vinyl, and good stuff. Next up, I went with Rob Thomas's Something About Christmas Time. This is a great one. This has a lot of original Christmas songs on it. Has a couple of standards on it, but mostly it is original stuff, and it's really good. Highly recommend it if you haven't heard it. Give it a listen. Red vinyl. Really enjoyed this one. Speaking of great ones, this is a fantastic album. This is Chris Isaak's. So everybody knows it's Christmas. Comes on this Candy Cane Crush vinyl, and just absolutely fantastic stuff. Highly recommend it. If you haven't heard it, check it out. And closing out Christmas, I picked up Michael Bublé's Christmas album, and it's, of course, fantastic. Been around for a while and great. Finally added to the collection on red vinyl. Really good listen. All right, soundtracks, let's start there. As many of you know, Walmart did their $15 vinyl sale Black Friday week, and you were able to pick up pretty much every vinyl in the store at $15. I did partake, and one of the albums I picked up was this Coco soundtrack. Comes on two colors of vinyl, teal and orange. I picked this up because my son is a huge fan of both Coco and Encanto. We had the Encanto soundtrack, so I saw this and had to grab it for him. He was super excited when I brought it home and wanted to listen to it right away. It's interesting because if you look at the song lists here, everything he wanted was here on side A, and from side B and the other record, it's all the score stuff. So obviously he listened to side A and then checked out on the rest. But this is a great pressing and sounds fantastic. Also picked up this one. This one dropped in massively in price on Amazon. Had to pick it up. This is Apollo 11, a documentary they did on the Apollo 11 mission and used footage from the mission. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And this is the soundtrack from MOV's At the Movies label, and of course sounds fantastic on Moon Dust vinyl. This one came out this month, super pumped about it. This is Stranger Things Season 4 soundtrack. All the Stranger Things soundtracks are absolutely fantastic, and this is no difference. You got Metallica, you got Falco on here, you've got Kiss, you've got Kate Bush, Journey, the Beach Boys, Talking Heads, just another one that they knocked out of the park on soundtracks. So really enjoyed their soundtrack series. The scores will be coming out, I believe, in January, so I will be definitely picking up those as I've started collecting the scores from the movies as well. So Stranger Things Volume 4. Saw this one at Target, and I laughed a little because I've seen the movie, and it's not bad. It's not great, but not bad. And but I looked at the list of songs, and it's absolutely fantastic. Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion. Look at the list of bands on this thing. I mean, those are awesome, awesome songs, and I picked that up because of that. Purple vinyl. Looking forward to spinning that one with my wife. This one just arrived yesterday. pretty pumped about it. This was part of Amazon's buy two get one free sale. This is the Omen soundtrack, the original soundtrack. Jerry Goldstein composed, Lionel Newman conducted, and looking forward to listening to this. Like I said, just arrived yesterday. It's got to get cleaned, and then we'll pop it on the table and give it a listen. And last in the soundtracks, I have, if you haven't noticed, collected the Halloween soundtracks. I have everything but two that are available on vinyl so far. Other than the Rob Zombie stuff, I haven't picked those up. But this one was eluding me for a while, and I finally found it on a site called Elusive Discs. If you've never heard of them, they were great to work with, super fast shipping, and the prices were phenomenal. I originally was told that it was available there, and the price was $35. It dropped $10 for some reason, and I jumped on it right then. This is Halloween 4 soundtrack, so I'm super pumped to finally have that. So this is, of course, a Mondo Death Waltz release, and just fantastic artwork. Looking forward to spinning that one. All right, that does it for soundtracks. Let's get into the new releases and reissues stack that I have here. Some really exciting stuff that has come out. Mostly of it reissue stuff I'm really excited about. Let's start here with Sammy Hagar and The Circle, their new album Crazy Times. Now the CD came out earlier this year. The vinyl finally made it out, I think at the end of October, and I picked it up in November. Just a great rock album by Sammy Hagar. Looking forward to spinning this multiple times. It's really good. Love Sammy Hagar stuff. Next up, Larkin Poe, a great sister duo that does awesome blues work. If you haven't heard them, I highly recommend checking them out. This is a really good release from them. I was super pumped listening to this. Good stuff. Larkin Poe Blood Harmony, brand new from the band on red vinyl. Next up, this one came out in October as well. I didn't pick it up then. I picked it up this month. This is LeAnn Rimes' album God's Work. Love LeAnn's voice. Been a fan of hers since Blue, and the first album came out of hers, and followed her ever since, and slowly have bought whatever they put out on vinyl. Really hoping they put her second album, Sitting on Top of the World, out on vinyl, as that's a fantastic album. But what they have put out, I have been picking up. This is no exception, so looking forward to listening to that one. This is cool. I found this at Target. This was released on CD, and now it's finally available on vinyl, and it's just a killer set of songs. Now that's what I call classic rock, Target exclusive, limited edition vinyl, black vinyl, and just I highly recommend checking this out. The songs are awesome, and it was really well done. Really well done. All right, let's talk about some of the reissues that came out that I picked up. We'll start with Prince The Hits Volume 1 and Prince The Hits Volume 2. So this one I picked up the standard black vinyl version, and this one I picked up the Target exclusive on cream color vinyl. I had these when I was in high school. This one I had on CD, and this one I had on cassette. Funny how that works out. So super excited to have these again on vinyl this time. Just an awesome collection of songs, and I don't know how many more Prince compilations I need. If you can see up here, I got the Prince box set that came out as well, but I love them. They're all different, so really enjoyed that. All right, up next, I picked up a copy of the Beatles Revolver Special Edition that just came out. I did not want to get the box set, although I would love to have that mono pressing of the album. I didn't get that. I bought the single disc version, and it's really phenomenal. A great listen. Subtle differences, but they make a huge difference, and just the separation of instruments is great. Giles Martin, again, just continues to amaze me with these. I think they're fantastic. I know there are a lot of purists out there who don't enjoy the Giles Martin take on everything, but I think they're absolutely fantastic. I think you bring them a new life, bring them up to date, and I think that's what's needed on some of this stuff. A new generation needs to hear this music, and they're going to like it a lot better with I think the Giles Martin mixes than with the original mixes by his father, George. Anyway, pick this up, enjoy it a lot, and I do recommend getting that if you haven't already. The last reissue that I'm super, super pumped about. This was the only album of this band that I needed still on official release. I picked up an unofficial copy of it just so I had it on vinyl in my collection. And then it was announced a couple months back that it was coming out finally on vinyl. Nuclear Blast is the label that put it out. And I'm so pumped. This is Type O Negative's Dead Again album. It was the only album that wasn't released on the Roadrunner Records label, which is what all their other ones were on. And that's why the box set includes all of the other albums, but not this one. And so I was super pumped that they finally put this out. It was expensive. It is 3 vinyl albums. It's got the whole album on it and a live set as well. But to me, as a huge Type O Negative fan, it was worth the extra cash. And to have it on this really cool splatter vinyl that they did. It's kind of got like a swirl greens and then the splatter. I think it's a neat way they did it. But fantastic album, and super happy to have it in my collection. All right, let's get into some of the other stuff that I picked up this month. We'll start here. Like I mentioned, Target had their buy 2 get 1 free sale, and I took advantage of that, and I picked up Carrie Underwood's new album, Denim and Rhinestones. A really, really good album from Carrie. I think this is fantastic. She's done 2 really good ones in a row with Cry Pretty and this one. Purple vinyl, super nice, Target exclusive version. And was happy to add that finally to my collection. I did have the CD before. This one I picked up for my wife. She's a huge fan of this group, She and Him, which is M. Ward and Zooey Deschanel. Really good stuff. They're just fantastic. And this, I didn't know if she'd want this or not. This is a tribute to Brian Wilson, of course, of the Beach Boys. She's not a big Beach Boys fan, but she looked at it and saw that it had Wouldn't It Be Nice on it, which is her one favorite Beach Boys song that they do. So decided to pick this up. Haven't listened to it yet. Looking forward to that. Nice olive green vinyl. So got that. And then this is the one I really wanted from Walmart but could not find anywhere. And I finally found, I just took it and bought it at Target instead because it was part of that sale. Eddie Vedder's Earthling album. They charge $40 for this. It's a 1 LP album. And I don't understand. I just couldn't pay $40 for 1 LP album. And so it's been on my radar for a long time. And so this sale finally made me pick it up. And I'm glad I did. It's an absolutely fantastic album. It's a great album from Eddie Vedder. Something different from Pearl Jam, but still has a good Pearl Jam vibe because Eddie Vedder is the voice of Pearl Jam. And I just really enjoy it. And so I'm glad to finally have this in my collection. It's a great album. I do recommend checking it out. All right, we mentioned the Walmart sale, and I did take advantage of that. I showed you 1 album earlier. Let me show you the rest that I picked up. I picked up 6AM's Hits. This is Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue and his one of his offshoot bands, 6AM. Fantastic band. Really, really like their stuff, and super happy to finally pick this up. It's been on my radar for quite some time. This one comes on red vinyl, translucent red vinyl. Looking forward to that. I'm just really big fan. Also picked up Def Leppard's Mirror Ball. This is a live album, and it's really good. Really, really good. I believe, I can't remember when this took place exactly, what tour it was, but all the big hits are on this. I think it was the Live from the Sparkle Lounge album that they put out, Sparkle Lounge. So it was that tour. Really good stuff. Fantastic. It sounds amazing. Clear vinyl from Walmart, and just glad I picked that up. I picked up another in the Austin City Limits series, live from Austin, Texas, that is put out by New West Records. I got Merle Haggard live here. Really well done. Great stuff. The sound quality is just phenomenal on these, and this one comes with the DVD as well, so you can watch the concert as well as listen to it on vinyl. Good stuff. Really like this one. And this one came on a really cool, kind of like a tiger splatter vinyl. I really, really dig how they did that. Like I said, so far, all the Austin City Limits stuff that New West has put out has sounded fantastic. So, recommend checking those out. And last but not least, from the sale, I picked up Matchbox 20's Exile on Main Street. Now, I do have the Matchbox 20 box set. and it's absolutely fantastic. The reason I picked this up is because it's different from the Exile on Main Street that's in the box set. Of course, it has the Exile on Main Street EP in it, but the box set has expanded that EP into kind of a large album of songs, demos, and other songs that didn't make the cut. Whereas this one is the EP plus their greatest hits. And so I picked this up just so I had the greatest hits portion of it, because sometimes you want to hear Matchbox 20 and you want to hear all sorts of different tunes. So you just toss the greatest hits on and you're good to go. So that's why I picked this up. It sounds really good. This one comes on white vinyl. Just well done. Really enjoyed that. All right, some other stuff that I picked up over the month. This I picked up at my local record store. They were doing a 50% off sale on overstocked items. And this is a gal I've heard of but never really listened to. It's Whitney Rose. And this is her Rule 62 album. Fantastic album. I really enjoyed it. So much so that I went out and I picked up, also from the sale, I picked this one up. This is South Texas Suite from Whitney Rose, 50% off on that one. And then I bought this one in the buy two get one free sale from Amazon. This is Whitney Rose, and this one is We Still Go to Rodeos. So really enjoying her stuff, country music, Americana you could say, music by her, and good stuff. So check it out if you're into that kind of stuff. This one I picked up recently too. This is AC/DC. This one went on sale by a lot from what they normally charge, so I picked it up. This is the 2003 remaster version. As you know, being a massive AC/DC fan, if you followed me, I picked up the original mix, the 2003 mix, and if I can find, I pick up a Japanese pressing of all the albums. So this one completes my Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, which also have the UK special cover version and the Australian version of that one. This one I picked up from, there was Real Gone Music had a sale going on, and I picked this up because it was about 20 bucks cheaper than I think it went on sale for originally. This is Britny Fox, Bite Down Hard. Britny Fox is one of the glam hair bands, and to the end of that music genre, came out kind of at the wrong time. Really good stuff if you like bluesy, hard rock, Cinderella vein type stuff. Britny Fox is going to be for you. Really enjoyed this album. It comes on this cool splatter vinyl, and yeah, good stuff. I really liked it a lot. All right, next up, I picked up a copy of Led Zeppelin's Houses of the Holy. I had a version of this that was a little beat up. I ended up giving it away to a neighbor who started collecting vinyl and was into Led Zeppelin. And I did that with the intention of picking up this remaster version from, I believe it's the 2014 mixes that Jimmy Page put out, so that I could have it in my collection on a better sounding vinyl. And so I picked that up finally and added that to the collection. Also picked up Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits. Again, Amazon buy two get one free. This is one I picked up. Looking forward to that. My sister's a really big Janis Joplin fan. I like her music. Never really became a huge fan, but I do like her stuff, so the Greatest Hits is perfect for me. Also picked up Neil Young's Harvest Moon in the buy two get one free sale from Amazon. Looking forward to listening to this. A lot of people, I have Harvest only of Neil Young, and a lot of people said to get this afterwards, so that's what I did. Picked up and added to my Drive-By Truckers collection. This one was on sale recently, so I grabbed it. This is Brighter Than Creation's Dark. Drive-By Truckers, Southern rock influence. This is good. It's got lead vocals from multiple members of the band, and really enjoyed it. It's a little calmer album from them. This was the other album I picked up in the Murder by Death sale. This is Big Dark Love, one of their albums I was missing, so happy to add that to the collection. I picked up this from Billy at Riverbend Records on one of his live sales. I just bought it on a whim. I saw the price and thought it was a pretty good deal because these older albums from Stryper are very hard to find. This one is Even the Devil Believes, and it's fantastic. It's very heavy compared to the 80s Stryper, but very good. Really enjoyed listening to it. So glad to pick that up. Went to one of my locals who in Shakopee, Ramble On Records. Visited them at their new store, new location, and picked up Randy Travis's The Biggest Inspirational Hits. So really looking forward to that. Three Wooden Crosses is the full title, and looking forward to listening to this. I love Randy's voice, and this is more of a kind of gospel type music to get into. All right, let's talk about some of the albums I picked up that I'm super excited about. And we'll start with this album. I found it at my local Mill City Sound, digging in their new arrivals bin. I've never seen this in person, never thought I would. It's just not one of those albums that many people know is out there, but it is. This is the Notting Hillbillies. This is kind of a super group that Mark Knopfler put together. And this is fantastic. It's got a lot of bluegrass tinge to it. It's got rockabilly, rock, just all sorts of stuff. It's really, really good. Super, super pumped to add this. This is called Missing, I believe. Yeah. And it's called Missing, Presumed Having a Good Time. Notting Hillbillies, Mark Knopfler. Check it out. Good stuff. These next two, really excited I add these to my collection. One of them showed up as a third-party seller on Amazon. That's this one, Theory of a Dead Man, their very first album. This is very hard to find. It only came out on a picture disc. So it is a picture disc, Theory of a Dead Man album, which is fine. It sounds good. I'm not going to complain. So I'm happy with that. But I picked that up. And then I saw on this album that it came from Canada. And I looked up the one album I've been trying to find forever to see if it was available. And lo and behold, on their Canadian record label's website, they were selling Theory of a Dead Man's Gasoline album. This is the second album that they put out. It is absolutely fantastic. Super pumped to have found this because you can't find it anywhere. It's been on my Amazon wishlist for years, and it's never popped up for sale, third party or otherwise. Black vinyl, which I'm super pumped about because I like the black vinyl better. But yeah, super excited. Theory of a Dead Man, Gasoline. And lastly, from the albums I'm pretty excited about, I picked up an OG copy of Cinderella's Lawn called Winter. This is my favorite of the Cinderella albums. It's cool. It's got a bevel or embossed cover up here. And I compared this to my MOV pressing. Both sound really good. This one's a little louder. It's more in your face, I think, than the MOV. The MOV does fix some of the sibilance issues that this one does have, but they both sound great. So if you have the MOV, there's no need to go get an original press, but the original press is pretty nice. Mercury Records, super pumped. All right, let's close things up with Japanese pressings that I picked up this last month. We'll talk about first Boston's self-titled album. I have an MOV press of their second album, and my original press of this was beat to crap, so I decided to buy this one. It wasn't too expensive, and I was super excited to get that. I also picked up a copy of the Beatles' Hey Jude. Again, my copy was beat to crap, and I saw this pop up for a really good price. Decided to go ahead and nab this to replace my original US pressing that just has seen better days. Picked this up because this is my favorite Paul McCartney album, and I have multiple pressings of it, but I couldn't pass up a Japanese pressing of Ram, Paul and Linda McCartney. Just love this album. It's very sentimental to me because my dad had this album, and this was his favorite Paul McCartney album as well. So it's the only Paul McCartney solo album we had at home growing up, so we'd listen to this often, and yeah, just good memories, and that's why I love it so much. So picked up a Japanese pressing of that. And last but certainly not least, Kiss Destroyer. Picked this up to add to my Kiss collection. These sound fantastic. The early Japanese Kiss albums sound so good. They are also, a lot of them, gatefold, which was never done in the US. So super pumped to have this in my collection as well. Very cool. There you go. That'll do it. That is my vinyl haul for November 2022. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know what you liked from the bin of records that I picked up. Let me know if you have any questions, comments below. Really enjoy interacting with the vinyl community. Thank you so much. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It'll help other people find this channel as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and I'm looking forward to Christmas and maybe doing a couple videos during December for the Christmas theme type stuff. We'll see. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep spinning, vinyl friends.